Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Zod and shit. You know, a couple people asked me what the Zod. Basically, Zod is a character off of Superman. He was a general. He felt that his people were going in the wrong direction, so he tried to seize power on his planet. He lost. He was imprisoned and, you know, basically came out doing the same shit. But I just like Zod because he was just a gangster. But besides that, that's basically where I got that name. But I just want to answer a few questions. You know, you got people in here that always seem to take the positive and make a negative. There's always some type of victim mentality on my videos, as far as it's like if I say anything about blacks, if I don't give you any type of glory or whatever, you automatically assume that I have something against my own people. I could tell you I'm black until the fucking sun goes down and you would still assume that I'm not black enough. The reason I made that video is for the homies. For the homies not to discriminate against each other due to the fact that some homies talk with a different slang than we do. Now, as far as me thinking Cholo is upper echelon, Cholo is not a way of talking. Cholo is a lifestyle. It's like Christianity. If you choose to embrace that style of being a Cholo, means you're embracing that style, the estilo, from the slang to the dress to everything. Why you think most homies say that they're not a Cholo, they're just a gangster or whatever? You know what I'm saying? We all got our own stilos. We all grew up in different parts. My whole shit was just to let the homies know, like, not to discriminate on each other. At the end of the day, we're all homies and shit, as long as you rep that S, or even if you don't rep that S. It's just, as far as like your ethnicity, race, whatever, just keep it, you know, keep it cool, because at the end of the day, nobody really gives a fuck if you fail. Now, as far as like the blacks that come on my channel talking about, oh, Panamanians and they don't say they're black, you're right. But 80% of the population is mestizo. Most of the blacks in Panama came from the West Indies or abroad when they were building the Panama Canal. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I could say I'm Afro-Latino, but my dad is black. So you are what your dad is. Now, do I pull myself away from that, saying that I'm not, you know, that I'm not Panameño? I say it, you know what I mean? So people know. You got Dominicans that don't say they're black. You got Puerto Ricans that don't say they're black. The ones that, you know, got the mestizo. But it's basically comes down to what you decide to say. At the end of the day, for me to get on here and say, oh, I'm not black, would be stupid. But at the end of the day, I don't run with Crips. I don't run with Bloods, even though I got good friends from there. But they're under a whole different constitution. Now, as far as like, you know, people, you know, everybody has something to say, and it's mostly my own people. And basically, because I don't paint you in a good light or whatever, it's not even about painting you in a good light. I don't really talk about you because I don't run with a black gang. You know, I don't know how else to say that. I run with a Mexican gang. Now, as far as like me thinking Cholos are better than anybody else, no. Like I said, not every homie says they're a Cholo. Cholo was a lifestyle back in the day, just like Zoot Suit was a lifestyle. We don't need to get all into the constitution of why Zoot Suiters were formed or why. But if you notice over the years, shit has constantly changed. It has constantly changed. Homies dressed a certain way, talked a certain way, and then it shifted to another one. You know, everybody wants to bring in this, oh, you're really European. You don't know your true race. You don't know all this shit. Like, you know, one fool made a comment talking about joining a Mexican gang. It's like joining the Aryan Brotherhood. It's like, I don't know what to say about that. It's just so fucking asshole backwards. Like, it's just crazy. And what's crazy is because I know a lot of OGs that sound just like homies. And they're, you know, out of Compton and all other places. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, dude, you got to slide back from this fucking victim mentality. The, oh, poor me. You know, the white man did me wrong. Some white man did you wrong. Some white man will continue to do you wrong, but don't mean all of them going to do you wrong. You got Mexicanos that don't like blacks, huh? That's them. You know what I'm saying? They won't be around me and I won't be around them. It's just the way it is. I'm not mad because, you know, they are the way they are. You got blacks the same way that hate Mexicans, you know? And they go out of their way to make it known, always looking for fucking conflict. Like in my comments, always looking for conflict. Like, you know that this channel is just basically a positive channel, and it's about my homies, you know. For the most part, I mean, it's about my homies and then educating certain people on certain things. Am I the smartest motherfucker on YouTube? No, you know, but it's just the way it is. So when you come on my, you know, you come in my comments and you want to try to break down every little aspect of race. Like, I'm not worried about that. At the end of the day, look, this is just to clarify what I'm saying. I'm from the double S. So anything that falls up under that constitution is blackie. Anything outside of that constitution is something totally different. All I'm saying to the homies is that you got raza that's coming up, and some might sound black, or some might, it's not even about sounding black, it's slang. They got the book of Ebonics, probably about the motherfucker, they constantly adding shit as the years go on. So it's not like it's not anything bad, it's Ebonics. And to say that that's the original way blacks talk, no, go back south. They got a language when they came fresh from Africa that they made up themselves. We constantly making up language. So for the people that, you know, got something to say about that, like, look, dude, I don't care. At the end of the day, if you want to troll me, you know, that's cool. But my thing is, I'm going to educate my homies on how to get this money and break these barriers, which you ain't trying to break. You can't, while I'm trying to break these barriers, you steadily trying to put up walls. Like, first you try to act like if what I said was false, and then I proved you wrong. Some people thought I was trolling when I told them I was a Mexican Sureño, then and I proved them wrong. And it's like, I'm not at that age to where I feel like I need to explain anything to you, but I just address some of these comments because I think that you got the whole concept of slang, nationality, ethnicity, and all that shit twisted. Everything is a derivative of something. Every language was a part of another language that made another language. It's just, that's how it is. As time goes on, people's cultures mix. People talk a certain way. I got homies that their families from, you know, they generations in Mexico. Come to find out his fucking grandpa was a Cuban and his dad was this, you know. Another fool in the F, they got people that fucking have black and Armenian. They have them all over the world. When they had the uprise, with, you know, people were getting smashed in Lebanon. Look at all them flags that popped out in Mexico. It's mestizo everywhere. Now, I don't know. For the people that assume I should say something, as far as like, you know, when it comes to like race, I don't have to say nothing. All I have to do is talk about my car, and that's the double S. And everything that entails that, you know, people can say what they want. Oh, you're trying to act Mexican. I didn't know that you could act Mexican. I didn't know that talking a certain way made you Mexican. I just kind of consider that's just the slang that you picked up, the way, the style, the, you know, everything. You know what I mean? Mexicanos are totally different on the way they talk. They got their own slang. In every hood, every block, every fucking country has their particular slang. You got slang when you talking is familiar. You know what I'm saying? And you got slang that if you say it in Spanish, it can be considered disrespect, just depending upon who you are around. The way I tell homies about ghetto is because that's just the word we use. We use it loosely, you know, ghetto. It doesn't mean he's ghetto. It just means that he grew up in a part where it was multiple races and they talked a certain way. So, you know, as far as that, and people trying to make it seem like I'm mad at my homies because they sound ghetto, or they got that little way of talking. They get like back south. They got their way of talking. Dude, Cap G, I told motherfuckers, dude from Atlanta, so he talks the way he talks. He grew up around more blacks. That's slang. Ain't nothing wrong with slang. So, you know, look it. I'm not explaining myself because I feel like I need to. I'm just trying to educate some of you people that be on here talking that nonsense and don't watch the whole video. You just pick out bits and pieces of what you want to see, and then it's like, oh well, automatically let me attack this fool. He's not talking black. He's not rapping blacks. He's trying to make us look bad, and you have no love for your people and all this bullshit. Like, have no love for my people. I wouldn't even fucking mention you if it was that. See, I could have love for you. Don't mean I fuck with you. I fuck with people that I know. You know what I'm saying? That I know. Do I go out of my way to fuck with people that I don't? No. Because you run into fucking issues. It's some of you same motherfuckers that be on here talking shit that if we ran into each other, you would probably try to kill me because you hate the fact that I don't claim what you claim. Not every black needs to be the same. And when I stated the fact about light-skinned and dark-skinned, look it, I know this shit firsthand. I'm a black dude. Just because I'm from a Mexican gang don't mean I don't pay attention. I've seen the discrimination. Oh, yo, high yellow ass motherfucker. Oh, that motherfucker mixed with white. He ain't black. Mad. Oh, that fucking hair is fake. Like, all types of weirdo shit. You know what I mean? Put it this way. I remember when I was in High Desert, I only got one visit the whole time I was up there. They had a little girl that was mixed. long, pretty hair. You could tell her parents are sitting right there. You had it's been so much indoctrinated in our race that the little girls, they had 2 or 3 little black girls talking about her fucking hair. That can't be real. I'm like, damn, these are little ass girls. But it's because it's a learned thing. I know homies that if you come in, I know motherfucking dudes like, from the dude from Limehood. I know I ain't gonna say his name, but his mom was like, if you bring a white girl in this house, we done. And I know people just like that. I just don't fuck with them because I don't like that old weirdo ass shit. Like, at the end of the day, dude, look it. I respect the views. I'm trying to grow my channel and hopefully get that platform to where I need to be. And you're right. I will help my homies in whatever way I need to get them to the next level. You know, anybody else that's not tripping on that race shit and trying to pick apart every little shit I say, you can come on here. I can help you too. I'm like C-Dub. I told him, like, hey, we should collab on some talking shit, you know? And it's like that. So at the end of the day, all that racist shit and trying to pick apart every last thing I say, just like, look, dude, you can stay on the channel or you can kick off the channel. It's just, at the end of the day, just keep that shit respectful and stop trying to make everything about fucking race. It's not about that, dude. My platform is not about that. I start talking about my homeboys and my lifestyle and how I grew up. You just either accept it or just, you know, find a channel that's talking about something that you want to talk about, you know. I'm pro homie. I'm pro positivity and just not really trying to hear all that race-based shit. Like, it's just, you know where I'm from. I know where you're from. I respect where you're from. Respect where I'm from. If you don't, then it's cool, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, it's always going to be about helping my homies prosper, and any other race that's trying to come along and get that money in any way I can help. You know what I mean? This channel ain't going to only stay with certain shit. I'm trying to expand it. You know what I mean? But with that being said, you enjoy the rest of your day. And for the haters, thanks for the views, and I'm out.